Welcome back to episode 4 of the Aquitaine Ocean Project series. Our new admin tower here in the center. And we're going to be trying to expand a little bit around this existing zone. So here you have the highway, small industrial zone that processes the wood that we collect as we're clearing the city. I've made a few changes to this connection here to the main transport hub, which is this huge, and then we have the beach here, and we're going to be developing also this park area here to allow access to the beach from the administrative district. And we're going to be building a little bit here as well on the side. So the main focus of this episode is definitely going to be to increase population. We last time built this highway connection, so it goes all the way back here to this interchange, and this really allows us to increase the population whilst keeping traffic manageable. And now we're bypassing the small village of Sainte-Foy-la-Petite, and as you can see the traffic is quite nice here, not too many cars. So the people are happy and we have them on our side. So I guess we're ready to begin. We're going to start by developing this area here, as I said. It's beside the administrative district. And I have to think about a name. And I think the first thing we should do is we should rehouse the worker population in something a little bit better than these trailers. So we'll start by deleting the camp. And this housing is going to be our first public housing. So we're not going to zone for private investment. We're actually going to build our own housing units. And I'm thinking for a start, I'm looking for this wooden structure. Yeah, these. I think these would be good houses for engineers and perhaps architects who need somewhere temporarily to stay and work on the plans as we're developing the city. And then we'll also build some more dense housing for workers. Okay, so this should be growing in now. I paused the game so you don't have any problems with things despawning and such. We need to also zone. Okay, this will be the street where we place the public housing for the workforce that will be working on the construction. And so it needs to be functional, but with good access to all the facilities. But we also need to, I'm thinking either these ones, which house a few families but are not too dense, or is these ones, I find them maybe too blocky, I don't know. I think I'll go for the other option. These ones, they'll do fine. These are ploppable Rico assets, so we don't need to zone. I think we'll leave some space between them for paths and access to the gardens behind. I'll try to create some green space, even though there's plenty of green space in the area. But yeah, this is the accommodation that will be essentially provided to the workers for free. So it's all under our control and budget. And this means that it'll be really a very attractive place to work here, because people will be able to save a lot of their money or come here to work whilst keeping their home where they come from, so they don't need to move here in order to work here. So I think this is a good start, but at the moment it looks a bit barren and repetitive, which is something I kind of want to avoid, but at the same time I don't want this to be too unrealistic. We have only a limited amount of space. And this is going to be quite a nice neighborhood anyway, because it's close to the beach and close to the city center. So I think we can develop this a little bit. And I think so I've added some greenery near the engineer houses, and now we need to add some more greenery. And I'm thinking a statue that would go really well would be this. I think there's one where there's a guy holding a hammer. Statue of Industry. This would be great for like the workers' district. A big statue in honor of all the people who have contributed to building the city. Now I'm gonna add in some greenery here. Just a little bit all around, create this kind of more natural looking environment. Okay, get it in. And we have, as you see, some sports facilities. I added a small shop. Now we can maybe move this power line. Okay, I've defined. Now we're gonna upgrade these roads around the edge here to make them bike friendly. Okay, and now we can connect main axis. So I'm gonna start work on this main residential district adjacent to the admin district. We'll have to clean it up after. Trying to get it the right height, but I left the entity. What is it called? The tree anarchy on, so we'll have to clear up the trees a bit later. But we'll make the grid for now. Most of these will be destroyed anyway. Okay. We shouldn't connect it anyway because yeah, it's better like that, otherwise we'll have too many connections to the other grid. We need connectivity, but I think everything can run into the collector, trying to maximize a little bit the space we have to zone. Yeah, that makes more sense here. And then connecting here. And then we can continue, we'll adjust the grid because of this road here. Okay. And we'll just continue making these parallel lines. And we will make a grid straight. It's okay. I think we'll move in here anyway. Yeah. this, run parallel to that other road, because we don't want to disturb the existing infrastructure. It's part of our agreement with the nearby village. Okay, so now we've zoned. I'm gonna start adding in the grid. And I've decided I'm gonna call this district the Graeber District, named after an anthropologist whose book I'm reading at the moment and that I really enjoy. So I thought, why not? David Graeber. I really recommend Dawn of Everything if you want to get into history and anthropology and questions of human nature. It's a very interesting book. Now we're gonna expand a little bit this little industrial area here, because we have a lot of wood to process as we're building, and we're going to need to. And also we really need to provide more industrial employment for people who are not so educated. This is the perfect employment in this area, processing all that wood that we're clearing. Okay. Yeah, look how it's being invested. Okay, we've added some shops here at this back row, but they're not the shops that I want. I don't like these. I need to find a way to get rid of these European style assets. We're gonna pick our own assets. And I want something kind of modern. I really like this Japanese building. I think it's got a kind of its own style, and it reminds me a little bit of like the French Haussmannian buildings, but in a kind of a modern take on that. You see some examples on the right at the bottom there of Haussmannian buildings from Bordeaux. But yeah, obviously very different, but I like the style, and I think we can put in some more modern things next to it. See what fits, obviously. The zoning's all a bit weird. We could have some eco shops, that would make sense. There's green shops here. Fits, but I'm not sure. That's good. There we go. Yeah, I think we can create a really certain feel by picking the buildings by hand. I try not to do this too much. Okay, so we have the start of some kind of business area popping up in the Graeber District. So all going well on that front. And people are investing. Let's look at land prices. 320 euros on average, 320 here, and for the administrative 450. So administrative, like Bordeaux, basically 320. This is more like the rest of the region, so not so valued at the moment, but I'm sure we can get that to increase. And I've been adding the schools and parks we need to make this an attractive place. Some plazas, sports facilities, nothing too spectacular. but quite livable. And we have the workers here, and all these have been abandoned, but I'm sure we can sort this out later. These houses are fine and good. Very nice. Electricity wise, we're kind of on the edge. We can maybe get rid of this cable on the side here, so it's a little bit more critical. I put it on pause to avoid any major problems, because the connection could be redone quite fast. So I think this should connect. Yes, very nice. Yeah, lots of missing workers. Not enough population. We need to drag more people into our city. Okay, now we can zone the transport hub, and I will zone also the business district. Nice zoning. And here the business district. Okay. And Aquitaine Ocean Quartier d'Affaires business district. And I'm just gonna call this Central Transport Hub, because maybe they picked an English name to make it sound modern. That happens in France quite a bit. I don't know if they go for Central Transport Hub, but lots of traffic coming in now. Good thing we have this. We can start on the Quartier d'Affaires. Okay, I've set up a basic axis coming in. I think I might change this. People are moving into the Graeber District. Everything's looking fine. I think these are people moving in. I think we need to change the connection here though, because I think this is a traffic light and it should just be, yes, like this. Okay. Here they are coming in. Normally I did the intersections already, so that should be good. We're zoned correctly. People should be moving in. I love seeing them move in that grid below. Traffic is not too bad considering all the people coming in. We might need to increase connectivity between the Graeber and Administrative District. But otherwise, everything is pretty good. And the double layer road system in the admin district is working really good. So I'm very happy about this. Yeah, we might be getting traffic problems. We'll have to see how this central transport hub holds up. Okay, let's start on the business district. Welcome back, everybody. Lots has happened. I had a problem with the recording and I'm afraid you've missed quite a bit of the progression because I just didn't have the clips. Everything was black. But I'll put you up to speed. So as you can see, the Graeber District has developed a lot. I've actually added a public transport system in this metro line here, which I'll show a bit more. So we have one part going to the business district and one part road going to the industrial district, which we'll get to in a minute. Admin district hasn't changed much, but I've also started developing the business district. So you have a commercial section and a residential modern building section here. I've added these camps all the way along the edge for tourists and temporary residents close to the beach. Here's where the business should be going in, and this tower, this is the Izar Aerospatial tower, which I'll get to in a minute. I've continued expanding our wood processing array. We have a small eco industry, but it seemed to have collapsed due to lack of qualified workers. And we have this huge industrial area. And so the story is that this is the Izar Aerospatial company that launched in the late 2020s, and they have asked us to manufacture parts for their aerospatial company because they need a new manufacturing hub that's close to the Basque country, and we happen to have this project and all this money coming in, and we said we would be the perfect place for this. So we've built this industrial zone to manufacture pieces for the aerospatial industry. So that's the story there. Lots of job creation, and so they built some headquarters here, and they built this huge tower for their company, the first big company, and it rivals our administrative center. It's even bigger than our administrative center. And otherwise, the districts are developing quite nicely. So I think this was all for this episode, and I'm going to leave you with a few shots. Enjoy, and see you next time.